you're probably very well aware that in an unfair dismissal situation, unfair dismissal case, the normal remedy that's looked for and awarded is an award for compensation. So it can be up to 2 years' salary. But what's overlooked a lot of the time is that an employee can also seek, as a remedy, reinstatement or re-engagement. And in a recent decision from the WRC in March of 2018 involving a bank and a banker, that's precisely what happened. The adjudicator held that the banker who was dismissed was unfairly dismissed and awarded, or made an order rather, for reinstatement. That means that the employee is going back into the bank in exactly the same position and exactly the same terms and conditions as previously. But what's more, the adjudicator said that the reinstatement order was from the day that the employee was dismissed, which would mean, I assume, that the employee would have a lot of back pay due and owing to him, because obviously he wouldn't have been paid having been dismissed perhaps 4 to 6 months prior to the hearing. So this came as a bit of a shock, or probably will come as a bit of a shock to the bank, and the bank argued very vigorously against reinstatement. And they did so on the basis of the usual argument that's made in such a circumstance, and that is that the employer had lost trust and confidence in the employee. Now, trust and confidence is something that both employer and employee are entitled to enjoy in each other. And generally, an adjudicator in the WRC, or indeed in the Labour Court or court, will not put together an employer and an employee in a situation where the relationship has completely broken down and trust and confidence is gone. However, in this case, the adjudicator discovered or decided, after hearing the arguments and after very, very close cross-examination of investigators and the person who carried out the disciplinary, and hearing from both the bank and from the employee, the adjudicator decided that the trust and confidence wasn't necessarily broken or breached entirely, and that an award of reinstatement was justified and reasonable. Now, whether the case is going to be appealed or not, I don't know, but two things need to be gleaned from it. One, if you're an employer, you do need to be careful and be aware that reinstatement or re-engagement can be ordered, not just compensation, by the WRC. And from number two, from an employee's perspective, it may well be a good idea, if you're bringing a claim, to put in a claim or to check the box looking for reinstatement or re-engagement as one of the remedies that you're looking for, because it may prompt the employer, for fear of losing, to try to settle the case with you. Because if you are looking to be reinstated, and if the employer feels the relationship is irretrievably broken down, and if the employer doesn't have trust and confidence in you, the last thing that he will want is you winning a claim for unfair dismissal and getting an order for reinstatement. So from a tactical perspective, it might be useful for the employee to choose reinstatement or re-engagement as one of the remedies being sought. You can also choose damages or compensation or whatever it is. You can choose all three. But from an employer's perspective, you need to be aware that it can be awarded an order for reinstatement or re-engagement, and that's not something that you might want. You may well feel that the relationship is completely gone, but you do need to keep in mind that it can be awarded. Now, if you visit my website, employmentrightsireland.com, I have an article or a blog post about this particular case, and there's a link in it to the actual decision from the adjudicator himself, Mr. Kevin Bainham. It's worth a read. It's very, very long. It's very, very detailed. But if you ever have a concern about an unfair dismissal claim, and if you ever are concerned about reinstatement or re-engagement, it's a good article to look at, or rather it's a good decision to look at, from the point of view of seeing exactly the circumstances where reinstatement or re-engagement may be awarded. Hope you find this useful. If you do, you might give it a thumbs up down below. Thanks a lot.